Yeah, I think that's one of the things I admire about you. There's like a theme of sitting in the uncomfortable and using it as a vehicle for change and for progress and for delight, right? In many ways, right? Like, how do I take the fact that none of these people are laughing right now and make a joke out of it, right? How do I transition out of that with grace and still keep going and still be okay?
Right. Well, and I think part of that comes from experience because every audience is different. You can have like the hottest show one night and you kind of come on a little cocky and it's like crickets and you're like, oh, I'm really going to have to work. Very different. And you could be telling the jokes the exact same way. Like there's a million factors. Somebody had an extra cup of coffee. Somebody just got laid. Somebody's on, like you never know what's happening in the audience, right? You never know what kind of day they had. There's a million factors that are completely out of our control. And so, another thing that comedians will do is they'll go, okay, that one was just for me. Or like I have this silly joke about like my dad's name was William Williams, so we couldn't call him Williams. We had to call him Billy. So my grandma called him, Willie, and then my mother called him Little Willie, and maybe that's why they got divorced. So then he became Free Willie. And he's always like, Elaine, don't do that joke. I'm like, don't be silly, Willie. Like, it's the silliest joke. And his last name was Williams. His first name was not, it's like a kernel of truth that we stretch, and it's totally silly. And most of the time, it gets, a lot of laughter. But, every once in a while, I'm like, all right, that one was for me. Okay. So just knowing, or just, it's okay to crack yourself up. Not all the time, but you can be like, sorry, I don't know if you guys like that joke, but it makes me giggle every time. Like, that's absolutely okay to do. And it just takes the courage to acknowledge. And a lot of that just comes from practicing, stage time, stage time, stage time. Get on stage, get in front of people as much as you can, because it is a craft. It is a craft.